Yeah, I can see her. There we go. All right, they've all just stopped running. Now, this is where you can be super duper cheeky.
Yeah.
If you feel confident about your ability to kill,
Which we
this is
kind
an
of are.
EXP farm, suddenly. Always keep one screamer alive, so she can summon more creatures. I'm going to plonk the other one if I can. So she decides to come back. No, she's gone.
They're so far
I'll take
away,
this
it's
one out
hard
if I
to shoot
can.
them.
Gonna try and take out one of them. Oh no, she's dead. Good. But the other one we want to keep alive so that she continues to summon more.
Yeah, you don't really want to keep
zombies.
two alive. Are we going to just run and sort of... I can melee a bit better now because I've not got like ridiculously low stamina anymore.
2 shots, if the first one is a sneak attack, will kill the screamer. I don't believe I just killed the second screamer. I might have though, but it's an acceptable loss. No,
It's not the end of the world.
The other
if
one
you
is
have.
still alive. Good. Yep. If you want to get in there and melee now,
Yeah.
by all means. I'm going to go and annoy the screamer a little bit if I can.
Oh, this feels so satisfying.
There we go. Get a bit of damage in. Okay, that was hubris there on the phone. Just reminding me of this. I shouldn't take these creatures for granted.
Finally, some of my points I put into bashing things have come to
Fruition.
yes.
Right, the screamer is over there. I'm going to pop an arrow into her from sneak. There we go. The next time we hit her, she will die. So that is our insurance policy in case things get a little
There's
bit
something
too
in the
hairy.
house. Is that another screamer?
Oh, it is.
So we do have 2 alive at the moment. We might want to thin them out.
Okay, yeah, good point. Dunk.
You're a better shot than me for that. So.
She's dead.
As you have the better bow, and you are also just a naturally better shot.
It probably does help that I'm a little bit more familiar with bow hunting in general in real
Yeah.
life as well, but okay. I'm not liking you being in the house, honestly.
She'll probably break her way out eventually.
I wonder if there's a block there. No, those blocks are not there. So thank you very much for all of the praise about my shooting abilities. Lies, however. There we go. She's being dinked now. Problem is, I need to find out how they got in and reinforce that.
Yeah. We can sort
Keep
that.
an eye out for any zombies making a move on me, if you could.
Will do. I'll just watch your back.
Thank you. Make myself a stone axe quickly, so that I can repair some of the blocks.
Seem fine. We're still keeping the screamer alive, though.
For now, I would say, yeah.
She is our captive.
She's our captive screamer, indeed.
She is.
She has nuked the door, however. Has she come out to you yet?
No, oh, I'm just behind you. I haven't. Am I meant to be keeping an eye on her or on your back?
Oh, on her more than anything. And
right, because you told
so
me to
you
watch
tell
your
me
back.
If she started...
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. I needed to know if she started screaming. I
don't think she hasn't yet.
Annoying her. Where is she? She's in there somewhere. Screamer, I disapprove of you being in my house, breaking my stuff.
Should we just go in and kill her? With the club?
Did that?
And then we can just...
Hello. Come on, you. Out here. There we go. There's the scream. Now I'm going to get up a little bit higher so I can see
Want me just to
all around
melee her
us.
down or keep her alive?
No, let her scream a few more times.
Okay.
Screamers have a couple of screams in them. After a certain point, though, they will... Oh, there's a zombie dog incoming. After a certain point, though, they will stop summoning. And I think... Oh, it's a wolf. Never mind. Okay. Switching. I was not armed properly. That was my bad. I was.
My
pistol
my good.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, she's not summoning anyone right now.
Come on. Come on.
Come on,
Brenda.
There we go. Not seeing anything. She may be out of screams. Okay. In which case, I'll put you out of your misery.
And I'll go... Well, actually, you can
Oh,
use your
that's a shame.
machete to butcher the wolf.
That is a bit of a shame.
We could have
missed
got a bit
out on
more
the
out of
XP
that.
farm there, but it's not too bad for coming up to 6 a.m. I think we did all right.
No, we already had a little screamer. I mean, she messed up our door a bit.
Is that?
You know?
Can you see a door there?
Yes.
I cannot. I can see its shadow. Okay, fine.
Maybe we just need to remove the door and put it back then.
Yeah. Oh no! Wait, no. I can see it now. Nah, damn it! There. Why? Maybe if I fully reinforce it. There we go.
Hurrah!
I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to question it. It is what it is.
I'll just quickly build another door then at the front.
Yeah, we go. Yeah, and just make sure all of the blocks.
Not that I have any
on
wood
the
to do
inside
that
are okay. I do. I'll go ahead and build that.
I might just chop down a tree just so I've got some wood for myself.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I know this isn't a 1200 tree.
It's fine.
Some people are real purists about that, aren't they? And they're just like, yeah, you don't want to chop down any tree that's less than 1200. I'm like, God, we're in a forest. I think it'll be alright.
Yeah. I think
I can understand. I can actually understand that mentality if you're in a biome that's like really like shy on trees and wood and stuff.
Yeah. Got a decent bit of animal fat off that wolf though.
Oh,
some
fantastic!
nice
Yeah, we're
leather as
doing
well.
quite well for like animal kills and stuff now. Now I remembered that guns exist.
Yeah. Food-wise, I'm at 90, so I'm gonna gobble down some baked potatoes.
You're chopping away at that lamp every so often. I don't like it being on the floor.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so I have a bit of food on me. I have not much water though, so I'm just gonna drink and then go out and do a little bit of a scavenge. I'll try and get into a building.
I'm moving cans between the
because they'll
fire and
clog the exit point to the fire, won't they?
Yeah, that is quite correct. Yeah. Right, can we get a couple more of these made? Yes, we can. Fantabulous. There we go. Getting some more iron bars. And overall, I would now say that we're in a reasonable position. Store that leather, it's not on the right chest. We will eventually have a better storage solution. Right now, it's very hodgepodge, I know, but it does what it needs to do. Alright, get the head out.
I'm terrible. I drank all the water.
It's fine.
I've got one spare bottle on me. I'm 122 hydrated now, which is fantastic. Oh, and I got a level, so I can take, hopefully, when does my death penalty wear off?
It'll
4
take
minutes.
a little while.
4 minutes. So in 4 minutes time, I can get the thing that will allow my max health to regen. And then my life will be so much better.
Yeah.
Oh my
Once you've
goodness.
got that ability to regen, probably the next one you want to look at, since you'll already have so many high levels in fortitude, is pain tolerance.
Yeah.
Taking away the ability for zombies to stun you is a game
That's
changer.
incredible, yeah.
In this game. It was probably one of the easiest ways to die is to be stun locked.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense, really.
Especially when you're meleeing. If you're shooting, not so much. But I am trying to put a few points into meleeing.
Yeah.
And a little bit of archery, you know. And then as we progress, I'll probably put some more into perception and shooting things with a gun.
Yeah. Expanding our
I would like to get some
clay
sneaky
pit down
skills
here.
as well, because they're really handy for scavenging.
There we go. Right, once I have those iron bars, I'm going to go ahead and start work on the... In fact, I might start preparing the area for the farm straight away.
Yeah, that sounds a really good idea.
So I'll work on that for now. It'll involve mostly just digging things down and laying down a wall of cobbled bricks around the sides, because I don't want the zombies to think digging down into the farm is a
fantastic
quicker way
way
of
to
getting
get in. Yeah.
into our tower. Yeah, exactly.
Stupid zombies.
So for the time being, I'll probably leave some sort of walkway down in there rather than do anything else. Now, the problem with just leaving an open pit to access a farm, the iron bars serve multiple purposes. One is that you can walk across it. Two is that zombies can walk across it without getting interrupted. Because if they hit some sort of impediment, they'll sometimes stop in order to try and break it. But if you have an open pit on the surface, that's good because it stops. It doesn't impede the zombie movement. But also, if a zombie accidentally wanders in, is that a wolf?
Oh, you've been in here.
Oh,
I don't even see how you got in.
no.
Oh, I see how you got in.
Oh, no, we've got a couple of wolves. Oh, this is fantastic news. Wolf number 1. 1 hit. 2 hit.
I guess you've been
Switching
in
to
there
my
too.
pistol. And then. I mean, that works too, I suppose, but. We've got another wolf over yonder. Shouldn't have easily used an arrow for that since the wolf was so happily just sitting there.
You say junkyards are really bad for mines, right? So I shouldn't really go check that out.
Yeah, they can be. Another one.
I'll check out a different building.
And a 4th.
No, that's a military camp.
There we go.
Everything's a junkyard and a military camp.
I know, we've got a lot of those kinds of spawns, but I just killed 2 wolves.
Well done.
That is, wow. All of a sudden, all of the meat forever. And the bone and the animal fat and the leather.
Go in
The
it.
animal fat I'm more excited about, actually, because that's blueberry pies. Okay.
I'm going in.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Just keep a very close eye on the
On the
ground.
floor. Yes.
Yeah. Watch where you walk.
Well, this is like very similar to the sort of... Well, I'm going to make myself a way out as well. So I can just jump over. Right, what have we got? Some stuff trying to get out to find me.
Okay.
That's fine. It's just a little worker zombie. I'm cool with that.
Animal loots.
The only one? Yes.
I do need a little tiny bit more iron, I think. So if I can see an easily accessible holder, I will quickly go and mine that. And I should have enough for a couple of rows of farms.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. If we can get the farms up and running by day 10, I think it's something between 4 and 6 days, depending on the crop.
I think I've just picked up a
harvest.
chrysanthemum seed for you.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah, I don't know if you've got those already, maybe from the
I've got the seed of almost everything you can grow so far.
Yeah.
But the more seeds I have, the bigger the farms.
Yeah,
can
the
start
quicker
out
you
as.
can. Yeah, because it'll double it up, won't it?
Mm-hmm.
And a second seed.
I am very much in the gather resources, build base mode right now, rather than the go exploring mode.
Well, I'm a little bit in exploring mode still because I.
Yeah, so
I think it's
was
because I
about to
don't
say,
have a duster. I think I would be more in the building mode if I had a duster. But I'm
If
like,
you could survive at the close, then,
I need my duster.
Yeah, that does make sense. But if you are more interested in the scavenging side, then be sure to go and check out Lady Shelab's perspective on her channel.
Yeah.
Links will be in the video descriptions down below, as always. My stamina is not going up very fast.
I basically just took out a little. Ooh. What?
I just got the ability to get Hammer and Forge 2.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, I just
I can
took
now
out
make iron tools and weapons.
the zombie Conga there.
Very nice.
Zombie, like about 4 of them in a little Conga line. So this place reminds me very much of the place that we were in to start with. Remember the little underground place?
Oh yeah, the power station.
When we
Yeah,
write
yeah,
this up. Well, it seems to be like a junkyard, I think. But it's got like a power station inside or something. I don't know. Whatever it was.
It seemed like a substation to me, but you could be right. It might not be a substation to start with. Right, I can now make a better iron pickaxe than the iron pickaxe I've got. So I'm going to quickly grab a few more little bits and bobs. But now that we've got iron tools that I can manufacture, we're going to have some much better gathering tools.
Yeah.
The steel shovel is still far and away better than anything I can make myself, but an iron shovel is much better than a stone shovel. A fireman's axe, all sorts of things along those lines. I'm not sure what kind of weapons I might be able to
Here
make.
is a zombie somewhere, but I think he's trying to get into the junkyard.
We should also consider going and dropping by the trader at some point to give him
Sell stuff, yeah.
sell some stuff, and maybe buy some stuff more to the point. There we go.
I might have a duster at the traders actually if I can get enough like sort of junky bits and pieces to sell.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be very good.
Exactly. Would be well worth it. Right, let's head on in. Okay. Alright, now what can I make? Make iron arrowheads. Okay, that's fine. Are there any new weapons I can make, though, is the question. Can't make many new things at the forge. Unfortunately, but that's fine. Fire there. There we go. Turn up. Right, let's have a...
Better to fight outside.
I can now make a hunting knife. Perfect. I can now make an iron sledgehammer as well, so it would be a high-level iron sledgehammer. This is glorious. I can't make any other particularly good weapons, but I can make a claw hammer, which is much better at building. The stone axe can do a little bit of everything, but none of it well, whereas a claw hammer is significantly better at building and repairing, and a fire axe is much better at harvesting wood from trees. Gardening hose, you have to have one. The stone hammer can't actually plow a field. Iron pickaxe, iron shovel, all of these are big upgrades. The sledgehammer is listed under tools and weapons because the sledge is genuinely
like
one of the best ways to break into a safe. Sword lock picks if you've got a sledgehammer. Won't be taking too long.
Whoa!
Whoop.
That's okay.
Right.
I could hear a zombie and I didn't know where it was, and it just made me jump a little.
That's fine.
It's dead now.
I know, I just got some EXP. Hooray.
Whee! You know when you kind of at the bottom of some stairs and then a zombie comes along?
Yeah,
and
you
you're
suddenly
like,
look up and it's like, oh, hello.
there you are! Hello!
I was not really
Welcome!
expecting this. I can now make leather armor, I believe. Might have to make that on the workbench. There's quite a lot of things that you have to be on the right crafting table to be able to even see whether you can make it or not.
Picking up tons of office chairs in here for leather, which is great.
I can absolutely now make leather armor. If we can get a flashlight at some point, I can turn the football helmet we've got into a mining helmet.
That'd be useful.
Would be quite useful, actually. All right. Super corn? What?
How do you get super corn?
I have no idea, but probably genetically modified. I think there are a couple of interesting points of interest in the game, and I think one of them is actually some sort of GM lab. So that might be something we could find, and then slowly but surely we build up a field of super corn.
That'd be amazing.
Might not.
Well, depending
I don't know.
On how amazing super corn actually is, or whether it's just completely unhealthy.
Yeah, it could also be some sort of terrible idea to just, I'm just going to totally...
Let's just make this thing.
One. Yeah. What's the worst that could happen? Well, I'm glad you asked. Right, go ahead and make the sword shine there. I'm going to start making some of the better harvesting tools. I will break down my fire axe and my pickaxe. I mean, right now I've got the steel shovel, so there's really no point in breaking that down. Yeah, I will slowly kit us both out in the best gear that I can make. It'll take me a little bit of time, but we'll get there. I've got a lot of leather now, which is very nice to see. Right, let's grab these bars. Perfect.
I'm scavenging through this stuff and not really finding an awful lot.
Yeah, that's the iron hole. Yep.
You know what? I was going to take my skill point in like increasing my health, but I'm actually just going to spend it on Lucky Looter instead and take that next level.
Okay, are you sure about that? Because you've been wanting to save up for the...
I only need one
health
point.
for a long
Yeah, I
time.
only need one to do it, but I'm finding nothing good, you see, because I've not got Lucky Looter. I'm scavenging my way around and finding absolute
Again, thinking about it, should
naff
totally
stuff.
have given you my my
Lucky
goggles.
goggles.
I think popping the farm around here would be good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That'd be the wall. So 5 is inside. And I wouldn't mind having my fields be 2 wide. So the actual field would be in here. Then maybe a gap there, and then another field over here.
Ooh,
And
that was
then the
nice.
same can exist over on this side.
Found a claw hammer.
Oh, wonderful. That's 1 claw hammer I'm not going to have to build myself then. Perfect, in fact. I don't feel safe if I don't have frames on me. So let's go ahead and make a bunch
don't
of
blame
more
you.
of these. And then I need to go and... Foolishly, I forgot to pick these up, but I need to go and grab my cobblestones. And then start turning all of that, or rather tell the workshop to start turning that into flagstones for me. Flagstone blocks. I can make 50 of them. I accept. I'm going to need all of that. Once that's done, though, I would like to make some more cobblestone rocks. Maybe not all of my stone, though. That's just asking for trouble. If you leave yourself without any stone, you leave yourself without the means to make more arrows should you need them. Alright. Well, given that, then, I'm going to start digging down. I'm thinking I'll see how many layers down I have to dig the snow before I hit dirt.
Yeah.
And if I need to, I'll build dirt floors myself.
So is that just a case of going one layer more down into the rock and then just put some dirt on top?
Yeah, or rather not even going down to the rock. That's the point. Once you've hit the rock, you've gone too far.
Yeah.
But I want to see how deep I can make this. Because I'm going to need it to at least be... The floor of this area needs to at least be 3 tiles deeper than surface.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm coming back to the house. So are you're just digging the farm by the house, aren't you? By the base.
Yeah.
So I'll come and get those lucky goggles.
By all means.
Do you have them on you or are they in a box?
Base. Yeah, I'm wearing them. I'll swap them for your ski goggles.
Okay, or I have sunglasses as well if you would prefer perception.
Doesn't make much of a difference to me, I'll be honest.
Well, I'm going to drop all of it off anyway, so...
Marvellous. So this is 2 tiles down. Sure, okay, I think we can live with this.
That junkyard I just came out of has so many cars in it. I could take them all down for parts.
With a wrench, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
I don't know if there's a skill that would make that better, though.
Yes.
Am I better to leave them?
I think.
Until we need parts from cars, or do you think that maybe getting the possibility of maybe some forged iron or something from them would be good? Or
well, we don't need forged iron. Like, absolutely don't need it. I can
That's fine. I'll leave them be then until we've got
myself.
better skills.
Yeah.
Go jump back in there and break them down. In the meantime, they can just spawn loot.
Mm-hmm.
They're effectively loot containers,
Sounds like a
aren't
plan.
they?
That'll be my access point in here.
We've got aloe vera seed as well to add to your collection.
Oh, wonderful.
I've got a better barter book as well, so you might be able to use that for something.
The better barter book would give you I imagine, increase your skill temporarily for bartering, which would be super duper useful with a trader run. I'll probably go back and grab the seeds rather than continue to break this down. But as soon as Sheila gets here, how far out are you?
I'm just back in the base, just
Oh, right.
offloading because I was so encumbered. I'm
Yeah,
over.
no problems.
I'm over now. Just
Heading over to you now. Then I'm going to start reinforcing the walls. Right.
just,
Here you go. Here's my lucky
Have some
Luto
shades.
goggles. Donk. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
There we are. Right.
Right, much better.
Ways off my next level, unfortunately. I've also actually got a level in Lucky Looter itself.
Have
The
you?
skill.
Yeah, I took one level of it as well. Just now, but the next point I get will go into my health.
Yeah, that makes sense. And some more flags and blocks. Be sure to, if you get an opportunity to get any more rocks, don't pass it up, I guess.
Yeah.
Just because it will allow us to make more cobblestone, basically. That is always useful right now.
Okay, I'll pick up, as I'm going around, I'll pick up a few stones.
Yeah.
Off the ground.
Thank you. What have we got then? I think I'm going to go for, again, it'll be the potato seeds first that I grow.
Oh wow,
Following
the first
that,
thing I opened had a pistol and ammo in it.
Cool.
So yes, maybe this is helping with the loot.
Following that, blueberries. No, actually, what on earth am I saying? I clearly want chrysanthemums first, so I can make tea.
Tea!
There we go. This will give me a little... I guess I can... I mean... no. No, I refuse. I'll plant some aloe vera in the last little spots. When you plant something, it can well be worth it. Just in my case, we're going to have kind of mixed fields for a little bit, just because I've got fields that can hold 10 plants, so I may as well plant 10 plants in them, even if they're a little bit mixed. I know it'll make some people's brains itch. You're just going to have to put up with it, because it's better not to waste that that opportunity.
Not to be wasteful.
There we go. Right, I'm going to gobble down some more big potatoes, I think. Oh, that's right. I wanted to make some tools. So
Oh yes, it'll take them ages to get through all that. I might be able to. Yes, I can. Perfect. Take me. Zombie
Of course,
Conga.
I completely messed that up. There we go.
Choo choo choo.
Right, I'm gonna go ahead and make an iron pick. Is the first thing I make. I think that'll be a more useful.
I just growl when I'm like annoyed with myself because I get hit.
Oh, don't
like,
mind.
How dare you hit me? I am the one that hit you in this competition.
I can either scrap that for some iron, or I can leave it around until I've got a second iron pickaxe. I'll keep it until I've got a second iron pickaxe, because she had me make good use of it in the meanwhile. But once we get these fields planted, high time that we got that going. Is there anything wandering around that's going to fall in here and eat my face off? No. Good. Very, very pleased. The way you farm is you right-click on the tile, and it'll prepare it. This is exactly the same way you fertilize a farm tile as well. But it can be finicky sometimes. It's not always obvious whether you've actually prepared the tile or not. So bear that in mind. Chrysanthemum first. There's damn food when tea is on offer. There you go. Oh wait, we've got a lot more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Uh-oh. Oh no. I put this tile 1 to 5, don't I?
Yes, level 19. You know what this means?
I do not.
I can get that skill point in my health.
Where did I go wrong? Oh no.
Oh, you died. Okay.
Oh, I see what the problem is there. I was operating... I started on this wall. I forgot that that's got a double thick wall inside, but I knew that there was a 5x5 cavity on the inside, so that's why my calculations are a little bit askew. 3, 4, 5, 6, right there.
2 bottles of acid. That's quite useful, isn't it?
Once we can actually
vehicles.
Get a chemistry set going, yeah, really useful.
Right.
And on this side, actually, I think I would like to make sure that there's a perimeter around the farm tile so I can walk it once this is all properly set up.
Painkillers.
Certain I can hear a zombie.
Golden rod seed. More painkillers. Suddenly looting is going much better.
Excellent, I'm glad to hear it. A little bit of extra damage from a sneak attack is so worth it.
Yeah.
Wow, that was an awful shot. Oh, that was an even worse shot. Why am I suddenly not able to hit things? Most distressing.
I do not know. This door better not.
I mean, the fact that the lumberjack is zigzagging doesn't help matters much.
They always do this. So annoying.
Hot shot, maybe? Or ankle shot. Knee shot. Well, your adventuring days are over. And dunk.
I'm getting iron from this door.
Perfect. Right then. So in reality, my wall placement was not awful. It could have been a little bit better, but it's fine. We've found a way to make it be intentional. So there we are.
You know when you're trying to bust through a big door and you're like, in fact, I have a sledgehammer. Why am I using an axe for this?
I don't know, but that is a very, very good question. Bless. That one's done.
Bye-bye, door. Yeah, you sort of ask yourself, is it worth coming in here? Is it going to be worth coming in here? And the answer is often no. And this time it is also no.
Unfortunately, yes. That is quite often the answer.
There is a wall safe here, however.
See, wall safes can be a bit of a mixed bag, but with the Lucky Looter goggles, they're much less of a risk.
Yeah,
for you now.
and 1 point in the looting skill as well. I'm also in an enclosed area, so shouldn't be too much risk of zombies. And I have a decent amount of stamina, so all of these things help.
Yep. I do like having all of my fields in a row. I'm not going to lie. It matters to me. Think of me what you will. But I'm going to spend time not increasing the function of my farm so that I can make it look a tiny bit more organized. Tiny bit. Barely even any more organized in reality. But it looks like it is, and that's good enough for me. I'm going to need a new way up here, though. So
I'm looking forward to coming back and having a look at your farm, actually.
Oh, it really isn't much to look at. I'm really embarrassed now when you have a look at it. It's very much a work in progress. Still, it's my work in progress.
Yeah, and you will get loads of cool things from it eventually.
Eventually, yeah, that is the hope.
Are you using a lot of the potatoes and stuff to make seeds? Because obviously we've got a lot of potatoes, so...
Each farm is only going to be 10 tiles.
Two shotguns out of that.
Every 4 days I'll get, out of 10 tiles of potatoes at my current skill level, every 10 days I'll get 20 potatoes. But honestly, by the time another couple of days has gone past, my skill level is probably going to be high enough that I'm getting 3 things. Or at least I'm always going to be putting points into Fortitude.
Yeah.
It's an attribute that is always worth investing in. So you'll find yourself constantly with a high level of Fortitude. It's
Yeah,
not a
because you
wasted
want it for all
skill
the
block.
health benefits anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
There's not so many buildings that aren't ruined around here. And the ruined ones don't tend to have as much cool stuff in them. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're kind of on the edge of a Badlands biome, effectively. So
Yeah.
it shouldn't be too surprising. There you go.
Ooh. I have friends.
I'm kind of hopeful that my viewers find watching me do this cathartic, in the same way that people would often be very disappointed if I cut out any of the watering in Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
But this is the part that I want to watch. I was like, oh, okay. Well, you know. I mean, I'm happy to do it. I was just trying to be helpful by cutting it out. But no, by all means. I mean, there is definitely a certain catharsis in watching things just, slowly get done.
Yeah.
Let's get this down here. Garden hoe next. So this will be the potato.
A little bit close there.
There are some sound effects that your character makes. You've been told from having a cold, they'll start coughing and spluttering, I believe. But one of the sound effects that annoys me the most, by far and away the most, is the sound effect they make when... Did I not pick up any of the food distance? I must not have. But the sound effect they make when they're over encumbered. I swear it sounds like a zombie. The first time that sound effect started playing, I thought I'd contracted the zombie virus because I happened to be sick at the time. And I was heaping praise on the game. This is amazing. I'll actually become a zombie. No, I was just over encumbered. I was very, very sad when the reality of the situation struck me.
Yeah, becoming
Very sad
over encumbered, being a zombie. What's the difference?
Right. Death, mostly. Right, now that's 10 there. I wouldn't mind having 10 to the side on this way as well. Maybe another... Yeah, you know what? I'm going to change my plans. Oh, grab you. I'm going to dig you. And instead, I'm going to dig this down and start placing in the walls around these farms. I'm going to hold... Well, that being said, I do want to get corn planted, so I should probably destroy that. So that there is a pathway. That is a pathway. I would like a wall here. Maybe a 2-tile path and another wall. That'll give me plenty of room to move around. If I had a 3-tile path, I could do all sorts of other things though. So I've convinced myself to waste space. So 2 fields, a wall, 2 fields, another wall on this side. And then an actual wall down here.
I've got a vulture after me now as well. Yay!
Oh, I'm sorry, Sheila.
That's okay.
Right, down here will be an actual wall as well. So I can lay these in place to... well, actually, I can get to allow me to lay down the perimeter on the other side. But this gives me an idea of where I can safely put things. So I need 5 tiles out from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dunk. Walkway. Wall. And of course, there will be a further wall on this side as well. Probably. That'll be the perimeter wall. There we go. Okay, so need to dig the next area on this side. For now, then, that means I can make my ramp access to the farm over here.
Well, that was a very disappointing upstairs area.
Oh, how come?
Because there was basically, it was all boarded up, and I thought, oh, maybe I'll pop up there and have a little look. So I made some frames to get up there. And there was basically 2 birds' nests and a couple of piles of garbage.
They are sometimes a bit lackluster, aren't they?
I'm like, come on, give me something better than that, please.
Okay. So this will be like a supporting pillar, and this frame, the second frame along, is marking where the walkways exist. This should allow me to have some nice arches underground as well. And since we've got a certain height of 1, 2, 3, yeah, the arches could perhaps have some overhead lighting as well. Some electrical lighting once we get to the science levels required to do that. Definitely worth it, in my opinion.
I got halfway through this safe with a sledgehammer, and the sledgehammer broke, so I'm like, no, I will continue with my stone axe.
That is dedication, because that is a boring job. My lord. I can make a better sledge at this point.
Yeah, I will like, would like an extra sledge or a repaired sledge or whatever to take around.
I'm gonna need you to mine me a lot of metal for that, but it can be done and will be done as soon as I have the materials to do the work. Then.
Okay, in the meantime, is there enough just to repair my existing sledgehammer?
Oh yeah, there's plenty to repair it.
Perfect.
Just none available to...
Oh, we'll slowly get the stuff together to make a new one, but like in the meantime, just to have something to bash doors and bash safes and stuff with. I'm not as keen on fighting with it, you know that? It was a bit slow, and I struggle sometimes if I miss. I prefer the smaller clubs a little bit more.
Some of the dapplings are very into their sledgehammers.
Yeah.
As their main weapons. But it's a bit of an acquired taste, I think.
You've got to
the
be
one thing the
skillful with
sledge
it, I think.
has is the ability to cause stunning.
Well, I think as well, once you've got a lot of skill into the sledgehammer, it's very good to use.
Yeah.
Like, once you put all those stunning effects in, you're, like, practically invincible with it, but it's a case of getting up to that point.
That it is, indeed.
So I think early on clubs are a little better.
This is the edge point. This is where I get it all wrong and have to rip up the flagstone. And I will cry a little bit.
I won't start on any more safes, so...
Okay. Yeah, it's 7 o'clock, or rather 7:15, so... That's going to be a bit dangerous for you if you would start right now.
I mean, until I have a new sledgehammer. 5 bullets. Ugh, I hate safes sometimes. I really do.
They can be really bad. If you've got a high lucky looter, they're amazing because they can often have like high tier guns or specialist ammo. But yeah, early on, it is such a pick and mix, really.
You can get very lucky. Oh yeah.
No real guarantee you're gonna get anything. You're gonna get anything worth the time you've invested in accessing it.
Doesn't look like there's anything in there.
That's 2, 3, 4, and that should be 5. Thankfully, snow does not fall in this game. I don't think there's anything that does fall. Well, that isn't entirely true, no. The structural integrity is applied to all materials as well, not just constructed blocks. But generally speaking, you're not going to have cavities full of like gravel and sand as you might have in some other games, which the moment you interact with it, suddenly, cave in.
Yeah.
And then everyone's scrabbling to try and not die. That tends to be much more of an exception here. Usually, if you've undermined an area that happened to have a lot of gravel on top, and now that gravel just plain on can't support the weight above it of dirt and the likes, then all of a sudden that comes crashing down on you. There we go. 3, 4, and 5. If I can find the sweet spot to use the hoe. It is a bit of hunt the pixel sometimes, unfortunately. Oh, is that? Oh, it's gravel. Yes, this is gravel and sand. Okay, so with that, I should be able to make some forest ground.
Cool.
And then I can... It takes a little bit of soil to do. Or rather, 16 exactly. But with the forest ground, I can just place that down and as a fill in there, and then...
I realised I haven't been cold in a little while, so I'm thinking that last change of clothing into the hooded sweatshirt has really helped.
Yeah, it might well be all that you need.
I think if it starts snowing or really, really dropping temperature, then it might start to make me cold. But under normal circumstances, I'm okay. So that's a big relief.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Right, I've got corn planted now as well.
Ah, fantastic.
I've got enough room to get some more fields on the go. This will only give us a total of 40 crops. And there's definitely more crops that I'm going to want, but I can wait to expand the farms a little bit further for that. Because I'm going to have a central walkway. I can just run it further down if I particularly want to. That shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, we're getting a big collection of shotguns here. I could go sell them.
Actually, we're running out of time, so... Well, I can do a little bit more digging while we wait. But yeah, we've got quite a lot of shotguns. Unfortunately, it's not a weapon that I tend to go for.
No, I don't either, so it's kind of a bit like, oh well. Yeah,
they're very useful at the right time.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, I've got my living off the land too now, so I will be getting double harvests.
Oh, that's brilliant.
I harvest a crop. Yeah.
You might even have
Food-wise,
3 by the time you start to use. Yeah, we're good now. We're fine.
Yeah. There's no particular worry now for our food.
They didn't find a single like glass jar full of water or anything like that.
Really?
No, not one single glass jar.
Because that is going to quickly become the bottleneck for us.
Yeah, everything around seems to be like a ruined building rather than like a town full of whole buildings.
Yeah.
This is a bit annoying. So I'm wondering whether we might want to scavenge the town to the south.
Yeah. I mean, if you can see buildings around that you want to go for, by all means.
Yeah, there's buildings to the south that are... They're a little way away, but they're not huge.
I would say it would be worth us doing a day of scavenging then, tomorrow. Day 10.
Yeah.
We head out.
Yeah, into houses that are likely to have things like kitchens and stuff like that, because this is everything I'm going into here. And it's got some really cool stuff, but everything is like junkyards and things like that. I've seen like a petrol station. I could maybe go and have a look around, but like it's not just normal people's houses, seemingly.
Yeah.
It's a bit annoying. Right, I'm going to come into the horde base. I'm going to grab a steel shovel if you've repaired it, or unless you have it on you.
I've got the steel shovel on me, and it is not an amazing state of repair because I've been using it so heavily. But it is capable of doing a bit more work.
Do we have any better shovels than just stone ones at all? It's fine if we don't. I just wouldn't want to
can make one if we get enough materials, but
yeah, I just wouldn't want to be using one and then you go, oh, by the way, we had this all along, and I'm like, really?
Yeah, no,
well, that's fine. I'll take.
Though it is coming up to nighttime, we might not want to be going out and doing too much more work.
Well, no, what I'm talking about is because it's coming up to nighttime, I'm going to go in the horde base and dig the basement out.
Oh, right, of course.
That's my nighttime work at the moment. It was supposed to be, but I haven't managed to do any of it yet.
That's fair. Have you seen the fields yet?
Oh, I think I can see them next to the base here.
There we go. This is
Oh,
the
lovely.
access
So you've
point
dug
for
them.
now. It's very
You've
temporary.
dug them
but,
right down. Yeah, nice.
I've got enough flagstone that I can start fortifying the walls of this little area. Then, once that's all done, I'll put down the metal tops to seal the area in fully.
Right. So how many squares down are they? 2.
I'll show you. We've got the top, then 2 squares, and then a floor. So the ceiling
Okay.
at ground level is
That's
1
fine.
tile, then a 2-tile cavity, and then the farms. So if you can dig the like walkway underneath the horde base
To be too high.
2 tiles tall,
That's fine.
yeah. Then we can set this up to only be accessed from the horde base. And it is almost night time. So I'm going to head back to the main base, drop off some things, maybe do a little bit of crafting over there. And then I'll come back out to the whole base and help you out if I can.
Okay.
I'll have a look at what you managed to bring back as well. We'll probably be getting an airdrop tomorrow as well, because it'll be the 10th day. It's like every 3 days, not including the 1st, I believe. Could be wrong. There we go. Home sweet home. After a day of hard graft. I mean, diggering away. Where are the snowballs? There we go. We got 5,000 snowballs, man.
That's what I was saying about, like, don't worry about the water for now, because it's like, we've got like a bajillion.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Gonna need... Oh, we're already making loads of cans of water. I will absolutely use this stuff. Alright.
Just gonna change this up a bit.
Drop off this level 1 pickaxe. It's going to take me a little while before I can make, I think, an iron shovel. I might be wrong. It might only require 8. Let me have a look. No. It requires 16, so we're a good ways off there.
I may end up digging up the campfire in the thing.
Oh, that's fine. We don't need that campfire.
We can make another one if we need one.
By all means, yeah. I'm going to set our forge to start smelting some things down. Lead trophies, lead fishing, weights, that sort of stuff. Brass even, we could start getting rid of some of that. But yeah, we've got a collection of guns at this point that I think the trader would be happy to buy.
Yeah, we don't need a load of guns.
Drop a little bit of wood in there.
If I could swap guns for a duster, I'd be very happy.
Yeah. By all means, yeah. See what we can do there. Alright, what else can I drop off? I need to lighten the load a little bit. Oh, so much case oil, oh my lord. I might actually be worth me going out and just harvesting some more rocks.
Yeah, maybe.
On this point, I've got the Bunker Buster mod, which 15% more damage against stone. And considering I'm now making level 3 iron pickaxes, I can pop this in.
Oh, wonderful.
Not only does that help with stone specifically, but it generally increases the stats of the pick anyway. On that note, I could take out the green dye from my machete and pop that in there as well, because it's level 3. Basically, it's the level -1 mod slots. So yeah, got a green pick, and by virtue of the fact that it is the color green, it is now better at breaking everything. And by virtue of the fact I've got a Bunker Buster mod on it, it can damage stone even better.
So people wondering, this is actually going to end up being a crawl space rather than a full room. Okay, so don't worry about the fact that it's a weird like too high thing, you know. It's gonna end up being.
Later on, when we have access to things like electricity, having those crawl spaces is going to be a massive help to us.
Yeah.
Because it's going
So
to allow us to.
We're trying to plan it in at the moment, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Are you doing any like mining work over there? Have you hit the stone layer?
It's all digging. I haven't hit stone.
I'll bring along a repaired iron pick anyway, just to help with that. Just in case.
If I do hit stone.
Do you need me to bring anything over for you? Drinks or anything?
Wood, if you have any wood.
I got a little bit, but I can definitely bring that. Sure, I'll bring some drinks as well.
Drinks as well. Yeah, I've got a little bit of food. My thirst is fairly high. I just drank quite a lot of water to try and keep it up high.
Okay, fair enough. You know what? I'm gonna make some more blueberry pies if I can.
I'm just putting frames in to get like a bit of an idea of the room shape, so that's why it's quite helpful to have that. So Aavak, in this room, am I wanting to kind of mirror? Do I want it to be a 5x5, so it's mirroring the kind of walls that we've got at the moment, or do you want it to be a 3x3?
Probably, since it's going to be a crawl space, I would say make it a 5x5, and then we can tuck the corner of the walls in a little bit where necessary to create the effect that we want.
Okay.
How do I make... Oh, that one's a recipe in my inventory, isn't it? Yes. Do not want to make that much. Just going to make some more cornmeal so I can make more blueberry pies. Takes a little while to do though. But... There we go. Now we're out of eggs. No more blueberry pies, I'm afraid. Can make some meat stew though.
So is it just eggs and blueberries basically you need for that? Oh man.
Eggs, blueberries, cornmeal. So corn, eggs, blueberries, and animal fat, and bottles of water as well. So it does actually cost a fair chunk of stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not going to be able to make meat stew either because of the lack of water. Can't make boiled meat, but I can make quite a lot of grilled meat. You know what? We don't need to. The food in this game does not rot, so we can just keep that for later. But I am now going to have to bring over some actual cans of water instead of bring you bottled water. I do apologise.
That's okay. No, we'll be able to get bottled water if we go on a scavenger run, but I think we're going to have to run a little further away than we had hoped. Yeah,
more than likely. Am I making any more cornmeal? No. Okay, heading on out. Just make sure my pistol is loaded. Yeah, it is. Right, coming over with a delivery of a pick and the steel shovel. It is not in a good state of repair. I am really, really sorry about that.
That's okay.
Don't use up all of it. Don't ever use up all your stones. Right, heading out to you now. Later on, when you've got much better equipment, for example, a silenced pistol is probably the best item in the game as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Once you've got a silencer on a pistol,
it's so good.
You know, night goggles are nice, but if you're particularly careful, you don't need them. But yeah, night vision goggles and a silenced pistol, and suddenly you don't need to cower in the base at night. You don't need to not be out there hunting. You do whatever you want. Yeah, I'm good. Both. I should be recharging my stamina fairly quickly. There we go. We are eventually going to change the shape of this little horde base here as well. Or rather the perimeter. There will be a perimeter wall probably out where this wall is. And then a similar contraption to this out beyond that perimeter wall. We'll see how that goes. The design is still very much up for...
Yeah, we can see how things look and how things feel.
Where are you, Sheila? Oh, there you are. You came down here without ladders, didn't you?
Hmm?
Remember we broke down the ladders? in order to make this place safer for the horde.
Oh. Did you
It's
bring the wood
okay.
I asked for?
Yeah, I did. I just used some of that. So, no probs. Here you go.
Yes. I did
I'm gonna
actually have some wood already as well,
repair
so...
that. Okay, here's 30 wood. There you
Thank you
go.
very much.
And an iron pick. Can you see on the floor at the moment?
Can't see. Did you throw the iron pick down?
No. I was just asking if you can see
Yeah,
on
I
the floor.
can. I can see. It's fine.
Okay. So here's the iron pick. Dunk. And a couple of cans of fresh water.
Very much.
And interestingly, even though I can't carry them stacked, because heaven forbid I might spill them, I can throw them on the ground without any problem.
I already had an iron pick. I just realized
Oh, did
it.
you? Right,
Yeah.
here's the steel shovel too.
Oh, I don't want
There you go.
to mess
Enjoy.
that up. Oh, come here.
What's wrong?
Come here, shovel. I won't.
Do you have a torch in here?
I don't know.
Do you personally have a torch?
No. I gave you my torch because I am sacrificed
So
for the team.
magnanimous.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna come down and drop a torch on a wall. Right there, just so you've got some light in here.
Thank you.
I'll go and make a new one. We've got plenty of animal fat at this point, so it's not going to be an issue for us. Oh, there's something outside. That has heard what I'm doing. It may have fallen into my I bet it's down there, isn't it? Oh no, it's just trying to wail into the wall. Hello. You can go around. I recommend it, in fact. Alternatively, I can just kill you from above. That would be so painful, getting an arrow stuck in your shoulder blade like that.
Yeah, it would.
I love how she was agreeing with me and doesn't actually can't see what I'm seeing. But
Arrow and shoulder blade. That's all I need to know.
that is true. That is true. You don't really need to.
I don't need to see the exact angle.
Yeah, it's like arrow and shoulder blade is enough. All right, I'm gonna go and harvest some. Oh, there is a. I'm gonna go and take care of that lumberjack if I can. Well, they take so many hits that at night they become so much more deadly.
Yeah. If they're running after you and you can't take them out quickly, then that's a big problem.
Yep.
That's why I'm inside digging right now.
Can't easily see the fall of my arrow at night, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I'm just guessing at whether I need to be more aggressive or less. Now, way back when the Screamers attacked the base, probably an episode or so ago, I didn't actually go into detail on why that happened. I should have. That was remiss of me. It happened because there was enough heat being generated by our base at the time. Had a forge running, a fire running, all sorts of other gubbins going on. That was causing the base to be attractive to the curiosity of the Screamer. The Screamer is basically a scout. It goes to a place that seems to be making a lot of noise, or is active, and then summons horde if they find anything. And I've spoken about the heat map before. Although the forge and the fire are hot things, so it's very easy to assume that I'm talking literally. It was more the sound that it was making than anything else. The sound, the light, and the heat as well. Some things, but not many of them. Mostly it was the sound that the forges were creating that would have been drawing the Screamer in to have a quick look-see. Let's see what we can do here. This should go down reasonably fast. There we go. I'm not sure if boulders count as stone for the sake of my bunker buster mod, but just the rock faces definitely do. Like actual stone that you can dig down to through layers and layers of dirt. Eventually you need something that can mine, because your shovel is not going to go any further. Grab some more iron on that here. But yeah, once you've gotten to the point that you're safe enough to just go out and about and gather at night, things move so much more fast, so much faster.
All right, Aavak, for building the walls in. So say you've got a 5x5.
Mm-hmm.
And then you want to put walls around the 5x5.
Yeah.
So does that mean I need to make like a 6x6
7x7
or 7x7 or whatever it is floor, and then put the walls on top? I don't want to like leave the corner undone underneath.
What I recommend is don't dig out the entire thing first, because you will introduce significant amounts of structural instability all in one go. I'm going to come on down and I'm going to help out. So you've got your 5x5
Yeah.
marked out. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Okay. So you've already dug these ones. Right. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Well, thankfully, it looks like it was able to handle the weight of it.
Yeah.
But that could have gone a bit awry.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It's okay. It hasn't, so no issue.
I think maybe because I've been putting down frames, and also we've got flagstone on the wall back there as well, which generally holds.
That one is helping a bit, yeah, but it probably isn't helping enough for all of it.
Yeah.
But what I'll do is at the center point of each one, I'll put down. Oh, we need that. Can you dig?
That's what I mean. Do I need to dig down there as well?
Dig down. Sure.
And then we can put like another frame in there.
Well, I can put a flagstone in there.
Or a flagstone.
Dunk.
Like that.
And
then...
dig up. Now, one thing to be aware of is, as far as I'm aware,
need to use the steel shot,
items have infinite structural stability going up. So there's no weight concerns. You could support a castle on like 400 wooden frames all the way down to bedrock. The weight of the castle made of stone would not cause the wooden frames to compact and crumble.
You can do a pillar over there if you don't mind.
Structural integrity is more for building out from a pillar rather than building up or down on top of a pillar. I can leave you a bunch of flagstone blocks if you want.
That'd be amazing.
You should be able to do the corners over on this side. If you just do that corner.
Do I need to dig down though, don't I?
Yeah.
So we want basically a ring of flagstone around the floor.
Yep. And go straight up to the wood in that corner as well. Some of it is snow, some of it is dirt, it seems.
Frame there. Oops. That enough?
This corner though. In the corner.
That corner there, yeah?
Yeah, and the one above that.
Okay. That enough?
Yep, perfect.
Wonderful.
There you go. You should be able to, as long as you do like a central one, then 2 across, do a pillar, then 2 across, do another pillar. It's a lot about making sure that there's not as many blocks being supported horizontally out from the toughest, most the strongest block.
I think the thing that might have saved me here as well is the fact that there is nothing above me, you know? It's already all dug out.
Dig this tile as well, please. The one right beneath me. Oh, that's okay. To be honest, we should be out scavenging now anyway, so it should be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect. This wall then can be done later, and the other corners can be done later as well.
So how...
Alright. Go straight up. We'll be fine.
Sorry, I just wanted to... I just saw that there was a frame missing that I wanted to pop in.
Oh, right.